Quasiverse Comics presents Chapter 11, Albert's Entanglement, The Sea of Space.
Quasiverse Comics presents Albert's Entanglement, introducing the Starship Neuron's Search and Rescue Dream Team. Albert, the time-space master, his wife Mary, the telepath. Their children, Brandon, the communicator, Penny, the sonic creator, and Charles, the ether manipulator. Myra, the cosmic nurturer and healer. Bill, Albert's lab partner, the multiple perspective diagnostic Dr. Curious. Last, we have Nara's AI mainframe computer. Next is the vanished Gateway shuttle crew. Seth, the captain and shapeshifter. Shauna, shuttle pilot and belief, will, and testament clone. Clipper, the inner Earth scientist. Jin, mystery man, confused proximity influencer. Peep, or Peepel, the evolved canary. Hero, also known as King Zero, King of Nothing. Nera, the personal artificial intelligence device. Within the inner pocket world of mockery, we have wow, how, and why teleporters and global press celebrities. Flow and tap, water elementals, and the pond consciousness, along with the ponderer's water constructs. Queen Sparkle, the ordained queen of mockery and the eternal embers, her royal army enforcers, led by General Bernie Smolder. All are on a mission to heal a troubled Milky Way galaxy.
The collective crown, with the new awareness of the outer reality beyond mockery, has made claim to the sea of space that planet Mockery was riding in. This claim included everything that can be seen from the outside of Mockery. A vast portion of the universe is now claimed by the collective crown. This is a comical claim to those who can visualize the bigger picture of reality. King Zero thinks this claim is hilarious. At the same time, he feels like he has created a monster by teaching the collective crown the secrets to building an empire. The secret is making everyone believe that your claim is valid. Create a deed, form a trust, make a bond, give it a name, create the narrative, become the authority, teach the new generations, control the microphone, and make it a belief system. Timing is also critical in convincing the masses. The birth of the new sun will be announced at the Games, where Queen Sparkle will meet the champion Cherish. The crown has named the new sun Orbit, announcing that the celestial being was the son of Mockery. The energy of Orbit is a symbiotic relationship with planet Mockery, the crown secretly claiming ownership to the lifelong energy of Orbit. The impending dangers that the nebula may cause is not being shared, as it might cause panic. Queen Sparkle has full faith that Realium will protect Mockery from any harm. The group intentions of the collective crown, the Gateway crew, and the Entanglement Council will prevent any possibility of disaster. Focused intent, channeled through Realium, is all they need. The time arrived for the highly awaited Gauntlet Challenge, with the shaman sorceress Cherish stepping into a large arena with all eyes on her. In front of her was a smaller version of the Gauntlet course. Each obstacle could knock her out of the game. With the grace of a dancer, Cherish made the first obstacle of rolling boulders look like she was leading all the dance steps. A shift in strategy was needed to overcome the next obstacle of enclosing walls. The crunch was on. Cherish climbed, crawled, jumped, ducked, scurried, then showed feats of strength by smashing down any remaining walls. The crowd cheered with each step. Trumpets blared, announcing the next challenge. With no time to rest, Cherish had to think quickly as she drops into the next obstacle. She seemed to be falling forever, with no landing in sight. Cherish quickly became aware of the currents blowing through this seemingly bottomless atmosphere. Cherish magically manifested wings on her arms. She rode those currents like the most graceful of birds. The cameras set up along the course are having a hard time keeping up with Cherish as she flew towards the next challenge. With a landing place in sight, Cherish got a bird's eye view of her next obstacle on this grueling course. Below was a valley of predatory beast. she witnessed a small critter, her size, being taunted by a predator before spotting a cave entrance. Cherish landed near the cave entrance. She distracted the predator, allowing the smaller critter to scurry off. Then she quickly entered the caverns. All her natural senses will be challenged within the caverns. First, the darkness overtook her as she stumbled forward. High-pitched vibrations pierced her ears. She slowly edged her way along the wall as her eyes adjusted to the darkness. The surface below her became slick, sending Cherish sliding through a maze, barely coming into focus. The slide dumped her into a large, rapidly flowing river. The piercing vibrations stopped upon entering the water. Water is an element Cherish is at home in. She is part of the ponderer Entanglement, in touch with the pond consciousness. Quickly gathering her bearings, but not quick enough, she is splashed against protruding rocks like a rag doll. Dazed but in control, Cherish made her way to the banks of the river. The fixated crowds watched her challenges. From the safety of their rooms, gasped as she crawled on the shore with the threat of a large predator racing towards her. Cherish took advantage of the energetic charge of the oncoming beast, rolling to safety then with a kick, sending it into the rampaging river. The beast could not swim and began to drown, thrashing about and gasping for air. Cherish dove back into the river, pulling the beast to shore. After regaining life force, both Cherish and the beast became close friends. They followed the river out of the caverns. Where the river turned into a massive waterfall, the beast could not follow Cherish any further. Cherish dove off the waterfall into a large lake below. Swimming towards shore, she saw a large gathering waiting to receive her. Some of the crowd rushed into the water to help their champion complete this portion of the Gauntlet Games. Queen Sparkle, with her commander Bernie Smolder, leader of the Legions of Eternal Embers, greeted Cherish with a hero's welcome. King Zero from the Gateway Shuttle took Cherish by her hand, leading her to a podium with all eyes and cameras on this parade of royals and champions. The masses cheered, applauded, howled, hooted, whistled, danced, sang, and expressed themselves any way that was natural to each being. This event was being broadcasted to all of Mockery. Zero stepped up to the megaphone and introduced Queen Sparkle, your sovereign monarch. Sparkle greeted Cherish, then honored her for her achievements on the Gauntlet course so far. Then she reminded the populace on the astounding accomplishment taking place in Mockery, the rescue of an entire planet of beings, the creation of the collective crown, the distribution and integration of these billions of refugees, the new monetary trading system, the global uniting of beings from all forms, backgrounds, cultures, and species, the awakening of the whole planet, the awareness of reality outside the womb of Mockery. This new awareness of outer reality has made all these changes possible. It was like Mockery was reborn into a shared outside reality. Now Mockery will witness another birthing, the son of Mockery, Orbit. Orbit will bring new life to the garden universe we have just become aware of. Orbit will be born into the sea of space that belongs to the beings of Mockery, to the collective crown. Sparkle ended her speech by offering Cherish a place on her royal court once she completes the cross-country gauntlet course. Cherish responded by saying, "I am of my universe. I am in our universe. The universe is and of the all. We will see where it takes me. My guide is my love center." King Zero looked at Cherish and wondered, could this being that has been isolated her whole existence, unaware of the greater reality, have mastered the motions of the universe? As he looked around, he became even more amazed, thinking, this planet has achieved wonders without the influence of known outsiders. Global communication, television, zero-point energy, technical as well as spiritual growth, united dialects, and a connection to the elements that has not been reached by many intergalactic races. Just outside the nebula, the Gateway Shuttle continues the diagnosis. The nebula began to have what looked like convulsions, expanding then contracting as if in labor. Albert's soul group reacted quickly. The cosmic birthing was happening. It was up to them to orchestrate the plan to capture Mockery into the new sun's orbit. With the speed of thought, the team raced to the nebula. Penny used her frequency ability to direct the birthing canal into position where the capture will take place. Mary's telepathy, Brandon's communication, and Myra's empathic healing did what they could to calm the celestial nebula. Charles used his essence ability to control molecules to direct the newborn sun through the canal, expelling it into the open sea of space, on track with the galactic rotation of the Milky Way and in line to capture Mockery. Albert's time/space ability aligned the tapestry of time/space to accept the new arrival. The birthing of Orbit went smoothly. It was in place for the capture of Mockery into a sustainable rotation around this new gas giant. As Mockery got closer, the gravitational pull of Orbit guided Mockery like the planet was making a large right turn, so gradual that the direction change could hardly be felt by the inhabitants within. This would become a continual right turn. Mockery will never reach the destructive nebula. The populace will never know about this near-death experience with a nebula. This birthing challenged the Endurance Albert's heroic soul team. It took 3 days without rest for Orbit to emerge from the nebula and into the sea of space. It would take over 2 months for Mockery to start on the new galactic path around Orbit. The size and scope of this galactic event is almost unimaginable. The newborn sun, Orbit, is larger than our Earth's entire solar system. That includes all the planets. Planet Mockery held a small solar system within that has a central sun and 3 moons. Mockery is like a fractal solar system, now attached to a larger solar system. Fractal universes exist to infinity, from the micro to the macro. Mockery is a fractal within a fractal that exists on all scales within the omniverse, or the verse, to put it in frequency terms. The birth of Orbit took place in all parts of existence, as above so below. The impact of the birth holds great significance within the source. There appears to be a singular consciousness that encompasses the all, one that orchestrated a long line of events to bring about this cosmic birthing event. The games going on inside Mockery continued. Behind the scene, the collective crown prepares a certificate of birth for the son of Mockery, Orbit, creating a fictional being representing the actual being. The purpose for this is to make the outrageous claim of ownership on all the energy that Orbit brings into the universe. After all, Orbit is floating in the sea of nothing that the crown is already monarch of. It is the crown's duty to welcome this new being docked in the harbor of Mockery. Orbit's life-giving energy could now be monetized, giving the collective crown unlimited wealth. A new coin is crafted and made into a larger denomination than the first trading token coin. The image of Orbit crowned the head of Queen Mockery on the face of the coin, symbolizing the subjection of Orbit under the crown's rule. The jewel on Queen Sparkle's crown is a tiny piece of realium, giving value to the token. The populace of Mockery may never see Orbit in their lifetime. They will take the word of the crown that the kingdom of the collective crown extended into the unknown and unseen. Orbit's existence can only be verified if one has the means to leave the inner world of Mockery. Hearsay is the only proof they will ever get. This faith can only exist with a trust in and with the crown. The Gateway shuttle remained in outer space until they were sure that Orbit had captured Mockery in its gravitational pull, and rotation around Orbit was assured. The first complete rotation would take 3 of our Earth years. Mockery was in year 1 of the new calendar timeline.